numbers with bigger place values. So ones with 2 place values by 2 place values, 3 by 2, 3 by 3. So when we have our steps, I kind of added on a couple extra steps here. So 1 through 3 is going to be the same steps. And then we get to 4. 4 says to drop down a line in your answer and look at the next place value. 5 says to add a 0 to the end as a place value holder. 6, continue to multiply each place value, and 7, add together. So I'm going to show you kind of what those steps mean looking at this problem. So we have 10 times 17. 10 has 2 place values, 17 has 2 place values. So it doesn't matter which one we put on top, which one we put on bottom, because they have the same number of place values. So multiply the top number by the ones place of the second number. So we're going to just look at the 7 right now. So we have 7 times 0 gives us 0. 7 times 1 gives us 7. All right, so we're done multiplying that 7. So then it says drop down a line in your answer to look at the next place value. So instead of adding numbers here, I'm going to add them one down. Add a 0 at the end as a place value holder. Because this 1 is in the tens place, we can't add anything to that ones place because there's nothing there. So we're going to add a 0 as a place value holder. Continue to multiply each place value. So we've dealt with the 7, we can even cross that out. Then we have 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. Number 7, first of 7 says to add together. So I'm going to add my addition sign. We are done with all of this up here. We just have this addition right here. So we have 0 plus 0, 7 plus 0, 1. Our answer is 170. All right. So let's look into a couple more before I give you a chance to practice these on your own. So we have 25 times 12. Again, they both have 2 place values, so it doesn't matter which one goes on top or bottom. So I'm just going to leave that 25 is 12. So line them up and start multiplying by that ones place. So we have 2 times 5. 2 times 5 gives us 10. So I carry that 1 over, remember? We only keep that ones place, and the 1 is carried. So then we have 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1 up there, which will give us 5. When we have numbers that we've carried over, we want to make sure to cross them out, erase, so that we don't get confused when we look at the next place value. So then I'm going to drop down a line and add a 0 for the ones place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. So then my last step is to add them together. The answer is 300. So let's do one more together, and then I'm going to give you one to practice on your own. We have 26 times 118. All right, 2 place values, 3 place values. So I'm going to go ahead and put 118 on top times 26 on the bottom. The reason we do this is just it's easier to look at, it's easier to do the math with. So it's just a way to make it easier for you. So multiply the top number by the ones place of the second number. So we have 6 times 8 is 48. Carry that 4 over. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus that 4 gives us 10. So 0, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Again, I'm going to get rid of these because I'm going down a line, and I'm going to multiply by that 2. Since I'm dropping down a line, add a place value. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry that 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. And then 2 times 1 is 2. So I have no more place values in that bottom number. So I'm going to go ahead and add these together. Should get 3,068. All right, so go ahead and try this next one on your own, and then we'll come back together. free to pause, take all the time you need to finish this one. All right, so we have 251 times 82. 251 has 3 place values, while 82 only has 2. So let's go ahead and put the 251 on top. Again, it's just easier to work with that way. All right, so let's start multiplying. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1 is 5. Erase everything I carried over. Drop down a line, add a 0. So then I have 8 times 1 will give me 8. 8 times 5 is 40. And then 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. So then my last step, I'm going to add them all together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 8 is 8. 5 plus 0 is 5. And then we just have a 2, 0, because there's nothing to add there. So we have 20,582. So you see, as we get these bigger numbers, it takes a little more work, but it's the same math. It's still multiplying. There's not more that you're going to add on. It's just takes a little bit more time. So go ahead, try this last one, all right? This last one, it looks a little bit longer. It takes more time to finish the problem, but it's the same math. Multiplication is multiplication is multiplication. All right, so we have 1,452 times 759, or 58, sorry. We're going to take this number and stick it on top because it has 4 place values, while 758 only has 3. So start multiplying. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 5 is 40, plus that 1, so we have 41. Again, 41, so the 1 comes down here. The 4 is carried. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus this 4 that we carried over is 36. And then we have 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 will give us 11. So I'm going to erase what I carried over. We're done with that 8. So I'm going to go ahead, drop down a line, add that 0, and start with the 5. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus that 1 is 26. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2, 22. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, 7. So I'm going to go ahead, again, erasing what I carried over so I don't get confused. Cross them out, whatever you need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down a line. Since I'm dropping down a line, we should already have a 0 there. I'm going to add another 0 for that tens place that we're not dealing with. Every time you drop down a line, you add an extra 0. So in this one, we only had the 1. This next one, we have 2. So we have 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 5 will give us 35, plus that 1 is 36. 7 times 4 is 28, plus that 3, 31. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So we've gone through everything. We've dealt with all of those numbers. We can erase our top, what we carried over. We're going to go ahead and we just have to add. 6 plus 0 is 6, plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 0 is 1. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. And then we have 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. Again, still carrying my 1s over. The same thing we did in the addition section. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 7 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Then we have 1 plus 0 is 1. And then 1 that's left over there. So our number is 1,100,616. So again, this one was a longer one. but the math is the same. Multiplication will be the same. All right, so go ahead. In the next video, we'll be talking about division.